Summer can mean finally taking your dog on long walks and letting them enjoy the outdoors. But there is a fine line between the right amount and too much heat that can lead to heat stroke, dehydration, and even death for many Ohio pets. The Toledo Area Humane Society has a few do's and don'ts in how to keep your pet safe this summer.
So, honestly, when it comes to leaving animals out in the summer heat, it is totally just common sense. We know that maybe some people aren't necessarily knowledgeable on what's an appropriate temperature and what's not. But again, it really just comes back to if it's too hot for you to be outside, you have to think about your animal. I mean, it's just that simple. If you can't provide a shady spot, a tree, a doghouse, an indoor shelter, then you need to be reconsidering what's best for the animal in general. There's no shame at all in taking a step back also and being like, I can't provide for the animal in the way that I want to. We have surrender, our cruelty division will come pick up the animal from you. And again, it's just the emphasizing, just put a baby pool outside, put a nice big bowl of water. It's such easy, inexpensive ways to keep your animal safe, so. The Toledo Area Humane Society, we respond to approximately 2,000 calls a year. So with just having 2 officers currently full-time on staff, that's about 1,000 calls per officer. So it's a huge undertaking. And of course, there's always going to be a need out there, and that's why we're currently trying to expand our division. Luckily, we've started working close with TPD. Our executive director, Stephen, has been out to every graduating TPD class in the past year, emphasizing how they have the ability to prosecute animal cruelty just like we can. So if we can't be everywhere all the time, they can certainly do it as well. So it's just about working together with other parts of the community in order to also be able to do just that much more in the community.
Hi, my name is Courtney. I'm a cruelty investigator with the Toledo Area Humane Society. We respond to cruelty calls for basically any animal in the Toledo area, cruelty involving abuse, neglect. We get a very large amount of calls during the summertime, a lot to do with animals left in cars, left outside too long with no shelter, no water, in direct sunlight. So when we are investigating these calls, we basically look for shelter, water, a tree that they can get out of the direct sunlight. If it's too hot for you, it's most likely too hot for your dog. If you can press your hand against the cement and it burns your hand, then you definitely need to keep an eye on your dog and make sure that they're okay. And if they're showing signs of distress, like excessive panting or drooling, if their gums are super red. So basically, if it's just too hot for you, it's most likely your dog is uncomfortable outside.
My dog Effie is going to help show you how your furry friends can stay safe in the summer heat.
Goal, of course, for Bark in the Park was $75,000 this year, and we actually hit $74,700, so we just were a little shy of our goal. But as I had emphasized prior to this segment, we are in the process of currently expanding our cruelty division. There's just such a need within Lucas County to have additional officers out on the road, and as a nonprofit, we're trying to do all that we possibly can to help every animal that needs us. So right now we actually have 2 part-time officers that have come on board. They're helping out on holidays, weekends, anything like that where, the need is there, but our officers who have already worked 40 hours that week, and they can't really go beyond that necessarily, go beyond the 40 hours. So those officers are helping, and we're also in the process of outfitting and purchasing 2 more additional cruelty vehicles. So, it's a slow process in order to get to where we need to be, but we're working very hard to get there.